So the first place that you can put your money is cash, right? You have money in the bank, but it's really just gonna sit there, right? And it's gonna do nothing. And because we're printing so much money, it really is going down. Your purchasing power goes down every day. And so $100 has always been $100, but now what cost $100 in 1980 costs $350 today. And so our purchasing power goes down a lot. And so the next place people tell you is to go make your money work for you. Go invest in stocks and bonds and mutual funds and crypto and Forex. When you're buying stock in anything, the market is going to go up, and then eventually too, the market's going to go down, right? And so the key is to never lose your money. You know who Warren Buffett is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what his number one rule of money is?
No.
Never lose your money. You know what his number two rule of money is?
Right.
Read number one again. All right. And so you never want to lose your money. And so many people are trying to get rich quick today, instant gratification, and trying to make money quick, that we are okay and used to losing money, right? Especially in like the sports gambling, where people are used to now losing money. You just know that the market's going to crash. But why would you want it to crash? Right? Then people typically, once they have some cash and some stocks, they invest in real estate. Also goes up and down with the market. There's different types of real estate too. This call is not necessarily about that, but I invest in multifamily real estate as well. But we've been sold this dream that we should go put money into a 401k, keep savings in the bank in case for an emergency, and then go buy a home. But that model has led to people being broke, people having losses in the market. It led to people having lack of savings, inflation and cost of living is super high, and then they have to pay a lot of taxes, right? And there's a 72% chance at some point in our life that we're gonna need long-term care. And long-term care is having a heart attack, cancer, stroke, diabetes, going to a nursing home, or you need a nurse that's outside of your health insurance. How old are you?
26.
Cool, I'm 28, we're young, and we're not thinking about this kind of stuff, but it can happen at any moment. One of my boys I played football with, I talked to him a year or two ago about life insurance. He was like, I'm fine, I don't need life insurance, I'm young. And then he called me a few months ago and he has something wrong with his heart he didn't realize, and he's never gonna be able to get life insurance ever again. He has like a small heart and something's wrong with one of the valves, and it causes issues. He's not gonna he's okay, thank God, nothing's gonna happen to him tomorrow, but the life expectancy is in his 40s, right? And so this is stuff we don't think about and we don't want to think about, and so therefore we just delay. And then when we're older, who's gonna take care of us, and how's that gonna happen, and who's gonna pay for it? And so these are conversations we have now with people while we're young, because a lot of people say, oh, I'll get life insurance when I'm married, when I have kids, when it matters. It's better to get it now. And the solution to that is to get insurance and annuities. It's the only place that you can put your money that's guaranteed never to lose money. The only place that's guaranteed never to lose money. And so if you're following Warren Buffett's rule, which is never lose your money, he's the number one holder of life insurance in the United States. And he also buys other people's life insurance policies and owns them, right? So this is things that wealthy people do with their money that we don't learn in school, right? It comes down to financial education at the end of the day. I don't care if Dylan's taking business classes at Ohio State. Nobody's teaching him how to make money. All right, I took business classes you're a credit analyst. I'm sure you took business classes too. I took business classes. No, there was no class that I learned on how to become a millionaire. I had to go learn from somebody that was doing it. All right, and so that's what we teach. And it all comes back to understanding taxes at the end of the day. And so there's 3 tax buckets. The first bucket is the taxable bucket. Savings, CDs, money market accounts, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. This stuff is liquid, which means if you need money, you can take it out right away, but it's 100% taxable. So a lot of people have money in savings accounts or stocks or whatever, but every time you take money out, you have to pay taxes on it. Do you have a savings account right now?
Yeah.
Is it regular or a high yield savings account? Do you know?
It's just a regular.
Regular. So do you know what your interest rate that you're getting is?
I don't.
Probably like 0.01% interest. Yeah, that's why we're here, right? But it's okay. But it's probably 0.01% interest. And then you're also going to have to pay taxes at the end of the year on that 0.01% interest, right?
Right.
And so it's really 0.0075, right? Because you're paying taxes. So people usually recommend having an emergency fund here. That's okay to have. This bucket should have some cash, so in case anything happens. I don't have any emergency fund at all personally. I put all my money into my life insurance policy, and that's my emergency fund, but it just depends on where people are at. The second bucket is the tax-deferred bucket, which is money that's tax-deferred, means it's being taxed later, right? So this is 401ks and IRAs. Do you have a 401k through work?
Yep.
Cool. Do you have an IRA outside of work?
No.
No? Cool. And so do you know what your company match is? Do they match you on it?
Yes. 2, 6 or 3, 5. Oh God, sorry, I don't know.
3, 6, 5, something like that, right? Do you know what you put into it?
12.
So you put 12% of your money in, and then they match 6.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
Does that not sound right? Because it could be wrong.
that might be
Not
right. That's a lot of people overfund their 401ks.
Yeah. I'm
right?
very much overfunding it.
You're overfunding it. All right. So do you think if tax deferred means taxed later, right? That means you're going to pay taxes later. Do you think taxes are going up or down in the future?
I'm sure they're going up.
You're sure they're going up, right? And then do you think you're going to make less or more money in the future?
Less.
You're probably going to make more, I hope, right?
Oh, okay.
You're probably going to make more money, and taxes are going to be higher. So would you rather pay taxes?
Oh, I thought you meant, okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. Would you rather pay taxes now when you're starting off and you're making less money and taxes are the lowest that they've been since the 30s, the 1930s, or would you rather pay taxes later when you're going to make more money and taxes are going to be higher? What would you prefer, now or later? Now, right? But we get sold this idea by the government, who makes money on taxes later, to put money into 401ks. And so if you're getting a match, take it. It's free money. If they're matching you 3, put 3. If they're matching you 5, put 5. If they're matching you 6, put 6. But just know that it's going to snowball and you're going to pay more taxes later further on down the road.
Right.
It's like somebody coming to you and saying, hey, you should work out and eat healthy. And you're like, yeah, I'll just do it later. I'll do it later. Eventually you're going to get fat and not know what to do with your workout, and you're going to have to work out way harder and eat way healthier when you're older to make up for it. It's much more economical and smart decision to pay taxes now than later, even if they're giving you free money. So if they're matching you 6 and you're putting 12, I would advise, if I could make a suggestion, to keep putting 6, but the other 6 that you're putting on top of that, put into this bucket, which is the tax-free bucket, right? So a lot of times people aren't spending money with us. They're just moving money around and to make it less taxes and less inflation and less cost for them. This is what's going to help grow wealth in the future. So in the tax-free bucket, there's only 2 things. There's the Roth and there's the LERP. Have you heard of either of those before?
I have not heard of LERP.
Okay, cool. Do you know what a Roth is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's just a small tax-free retirement account. There's nothing wrong with a Roth. It's still in the tax-free bucket. But if you make over 150 grand a year, you can't get one. And you can only put up to 7,000 a year into it. So even if you work for 100 years and you put 7 grand a year into it, 7 grand a year times 100 years is $700,000. In 2055, when we retire, that's going to be nothing. 700 grand is going to be like 300 grand today, and you can't retire off of 300 grand. Right? So it's capped out on your income, and it's still subject to variability in the market, meaning it still goes up and down with the market. So that's why we always advise people to put money into a LERP. You said you haven't heard of a LERP before?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm sure I did in school, but I don't remember.
I'm sure you didn't learn it in school. That's why we're having these conversations. Yeah, so a LERP is a life insurance retirement plan. And so it takes life insurance and retirement and puts it together, right? That way you can grow your money tax-free without any cap, without an income or contribution limit. You can borrow money tax-free. This is how you can become your own banker and fund your own business and fund your own life. When I get married, I'm gonna borrow money from my life insurance policy to pay for the wedding. All right, and then you can transfer money to your family tax-free too. This is how you transfer wealth tax-free. This is what the Rockefellers do with their money. This is what the Vanderbilts do, the Morgans do. This is how you've built generational wealth for generations to come. And so we always suggest that outside of some money in emergency fund and outside of a match, everything else should flow into this bucket. And the easiest way to think about it is that if you literally had 3 buckets that were stacked on top of each other like this, and you turned on the sink, once your emergency fund filled up this bucket, it would start to overflow down to this bucket. Once you filled up your match, whether it's 3, 5, or 6, whatever, if you don't know, call HR and I'll sit down with you and make a plan with you and talk about it. But fill up this bucket with whatever your match is, and then that bucket is full. Everything else then should flow down into this bucket. And the reason it's the biggest bucket is because it should be the biggest bucket, but for most people, it's the smallest bucket if they even have the bucket at all. And so we focus on showing people what to do with their money, helping them grow their wealth, grow their income, grow their long-term game plan financially, and organize their money so that they can put themselves in the best situation for the future. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Is this stuff valuable to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. What would you say is the number one thing that you're receiving from this?
I would say probably the tax buckets part, because now I know I need to look at stuff that's more tax free.
Cool.
And that I'm not doing things really correctly yet.
It's okay. We get taught and sold to put things in the taxable and tax-deferred bucket, right? And the key word is taxes, right? So who do you think? How does the government make money?
Tax.
Who runs the school system?
Tax.
The government runs the school system, right? But yeah, taxes run everything. And so if the government runs the school system, the government runs the job force, both of those people are the ones that tell you to put your money in 401ks and put your money in the stock market. So therefore, don't you think they would probably be advising people to do something that they profited off of?
You would think.
Of course, they would, right? And that's taxes. And so you have to learn this stuff from somebody that's doing it, that understands it, and it's definitely not taught in school. Like, you didn't miss the class, because they're not going to teach that class in school.
Right.
So this is important stuff to learn. If you're open to it, I would suggest you don't necessarily have to call HR. You can send Dylan or me a picture of your pay stub, and I'll know how much you're putting into your 401k and how much they're matching just from the calculating the numbers. And then we could arrange some stuff around so that you can start putting some stuff into this tax-free bucket down here. Would that be something that you would find valuable?
Yeah, probably. I need the renewal part of that just came up, so I just need to go look at it.
Oh, they just sent you paperwork for it? They sent you paperwork for it?
Yeah.
Could you send it to Dylan and I'll look at it for you for free?
Sure.
And I'll show you what to do.
Cool.
And then, I would love to sit down and talk to you and your soon-to-be husband and help you guys organize a financial game plan and what some of your goals are together and what you want to do. Even if it's we want to go on vacation every year in winter break, you need money to set aside. You need money in the right places to be able to do stuff, because everything in the world costs money. Yeah.
Right.
We actually have a separate appointment
we do?
with her fiance.
All right, cool. Awesome.
He'll be a lot more helpful. He knows a lot more stuff.
That's cool. I talk to people that are 7-figure business owners, professional athletes, real estate investors, and they have no idea about this stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So most people know what they know how to do, and they don't even know what they don't know. And so this is a way for us to help teach people about money and what the wealthy people do with money. And so I'll send Dylan, you can send her the ebook or the link to the ebook if you have it. And just start learning about money. Money's something that we don't get taught in school, but it's the most important thing to understand because everything revolves around money in the world today. Just being conscious of money. But that's what we do. That's what Dylan's learning how to do. Yeah, send that over to him, and let's. Would you be open to schedule another call for like a week or so out, and then we can kind of go over some stuff together?
Yes. I need to, once I get that paperwork, I'm going to reach out because we do advisors within our office, and then I'm going to ask them a few questions, and then I'll get them to you.
Cool. Don't you think that the advisors in your office are going to sell you on the thing that they're already selling you on?
They're not selling me anything. It's just, we don't have to then. Yeah.
You what?
I'll just go right to you then.
All right, cool. That works for me. If they're advisors, they're going to tell you to put money into the market because they're going to get a fee on it. I don't get any fees for life insurance like they do. Yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah. So that financial advisors just put people's money in the stock market and then they lose their clients' money. I'll never lose my clients' money because I don't do that. Okay, cool.